Okay, here we go. Essentially what happened was I did 45 minutes through this, I recorded it, but the audio was rubbish because I forgot to turn the audio volume down in game, so you couldn't hear anything I was saying, which is probably for the best because it essentially consisted of rah rah rah, this game is rubbish. What I'm doing now, considering I now have a slightly more objective view of the game, I'm going to go back, replay the first 45 minutes that I played before, and try and give a bit more in-depth, informative discussion of what's going on now that I know what's happening. Oh, but don't worry, I still hate this bloody thing. Right, so yeah, they've taken out the race menu thing. That really kind of sucks. That was really cool in Origins, frankly. You know, they all had their own individual starting thing, then they were all really different, and it affected what happened later on in the game. If you were human noble, you could go and kill Al How for different reasons, and you got different dialogue choices and all this sort of thing. It was great. This is just, you're this person, and yeah, apparently you can swing around a great sword like that. I'm gonna pick a female warrior. Two reasons for this. First reason is I played a female warrior in Dragon Age Origins, and the second reason is that I generally find that the female BioWare characters are voiced much better than the male characters. I much preferred Fem Shep to male Shep, and I much preferred the voices of the female characters in Dragon Age Origins to the ones in... what? No, the female voices of the characters to the male voices of the characters in Dragon Age Origins. I got there in the end. Right. So yeah, let's go with this. And now we enter a cutscene of a man being dragged down a dark corridor. He then gets hidden behind a torch and blurred as if to spite him. You're not good enough for the camera! And then it fades to black. And then smoke. As EA presents a man being dragged into a room with gratuitous god rays. I always liked god rays, but they never implemented that well in games, except in The Witcher 2. Witcher 2 had wonderful god rays. A BioWare production. Ooh, book. I really want to know if that book is the book I had in the options menu earlier.
I am Cassandra Pendergast, seeker of the Chantry.
She's a woman with an accent. And look at the shadowy, ominous men wearing masks. I mean, come on.
Which one?
Look at him checking out his nails. He's wearing gloves.
Time to start talking, dwarf. They tell me you're good at it.
And he almost got stabbed in the balls. I find that amusing.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Start at the beginning.
She wants to know everything. In the beginning, there was Adam, and there was Eve. Dragon Age 2. Thank you game, for telling me the name of the game I've just bought. It's almost patronising, I think. You know, oh, just in case you've forgotten, here's the name of our game, and our studio, and our publisher. And look, the Darkspawn look nothing like what a Darkspawn should look like. I'm not a fan of changing art style. I think it looks way too anime. To me, Dragon Age was never about being sort of over the top and bloody and crazy like that. It was all about being really quite realistic and dark. Whereas, like, you sort of compare it to The Witcher 2, that was very dark in places, but like, that was very fantasy, whereas Dragon Age was very realistic. I got this on Nightmare difficulty, by the way, but in this section it doesn't appear to make any difference whatsoever, because it appears to be impossible to die. Allow me to demonstrate. I have right-clicked. I am going to do nothing else in this but right-click, except for when the ogre thing comes later. Spoilers! But yeah, I'm just right-clicking and I'm waiting. My health, as you can see, is going down. I'm not controlling this bloody thing. Why is this even a thing? I don't like this. Oh, I've unlocked a skill. Like I bloody well need it. These things die in 2 seconds. I also think this part doesn't scale with difficulty, which is kind of stupid. It means I want to get into Nightmare difficulty, but instead, no, I have to play this bit which I don't want to play. And look, I can teleport. And look, my mighty blow lets me jump 6 foot in the air and smash things into the ground and cause a shockwave that sends people flying. So that's, you know, that fire effect is rubbish. It's kind of cool with like all sorts of little flames everywhere, but like, it's just a little sprite thing. I can't crossbow that fast. What the hell are you? You're dead! Dark ones, if I recall correctly, were essentially... So I should remember, I put like 400 hours into that game. Boom! I was like, yeah. I know I said I wasn't going to use skills, but I didn't care anymore. Literally, I'm giving up already. I hate this. Well, stop dancing with your bloody staff and throw fireballs.
We can't keep this up forever.
We can't keep this up. I'd just like to point that out. Look at that texture. Just... Oh, I've got the high resolution texture pack on, and that's the best they can come up with. That. Also, what's up with that? Why is that so blocky? That's like... And the... Lazy. So yeah, they've changed the dialogue system. In Dragon Age Origins, you essentially have a list of several choices to pick from. Your character wouldn't speak what you said, but I kind of liked it. What was said, you could essentially interpret in your mind as how you would say it. There was a great scene where your characters get captured. I'm sorry if you haven't played this game, but I don't care. You and Alistair get captured, and you get thrown in prison, and Alice essentially goes, "Who's going to come and save us then?" And you get to pick someone from your party who's going to come and save you. So I always imagine my character going, "Sten! Sten will come! Yes!" And Alistair sort of blankly going, "Sten. And who else?" And then my character just going, "Dog! Dog will come with Sten! Yes!" But when you have a voice character, you can't add that emotion, you know. My character would never have said, "Dog will come! Yes! Dog will come with Sten." He would never say it in that way. And it sort of loses that sort of connection with the character, I feel. If you look, like, the other thing is, you're essentially reducing it down to 3 choices. You have the happy choice, you have the snarky choice, and you have the angry choice. You can tell it's angry because it has a hammer. Whereas in Origins, you essentially had a list of, say, 6 things, and you would essentially have to read them. And it matters then what you're saying. With this, it's just, oh, neither can they. I'm just going to put the snarky option because it's the snarky one. And it's not even neither can they, because as I'll click now...
Perhaps we'll be lucky, and they'll run out of Darkspawn.
She didn't even say the word neither.
Here they come. Shall I deal with them?
Shall I deal with them? No, I'm not going to let you deal with them. I don't want to deal with them.
Allow me.
But it doesn't matter, of course, because you've got to kill them in a cutscene, aren't you? Why? I want to kill them! Stop. Don't kill things for me in cutscenes. There's 2 of them. I just slaughtered, like, hordes. What's that? Oh, that's that stupid kill everything. Look. Boom! I just killed everything within 10 feet of me. That is not Dragon Age. Imagine that until, like, Neverwinter Nights. Yeah, look, I'm just going to kill everything in front of me again! No! It's just the most stupid thing. Yeah, I'm going to hit 3 and I'm going to kill them all! No. No, this is stupid. Yeah, sure, okay. To like a sort of 13-year-old, for whatever reason, 13-year-old are playing this. Look at the amount of blood. But yeah, okay, I can sort of see that. Like, yeah, everything's exploding, there's blood everywhere. But that's not what this game should be. Dragon Age Origins was very much an old school style RPG, but modernised. It was something like Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights. Very slow, very tactical. You had to put a lot. Did I just knock her flying? Actually, she's dead. Yeah, but it was very slow, very old school, very tactical. You had to think. This isn't. This is run up to things and smash them until they explode. I realise, because people are probably thinking, this is the tutorial and everything explodes. Yes, but even later on in the game, it's just so ridiculous how crazy your skills are. Or I'm just going to teleport in front of them. I'm going to hit everything around me with a massive strike that sends everyone flying. I'm going to jump 3 foot in the air or whatever with my massive sword. That's the other thing. The weapons in this game, they have no weight to them. In Dragon Age Origins, I think a lot of people know what I say. The weapons felt heavy. They felt like they had weight, especially the 2-handed sword. As you watch your character, it looked like that weapon had weight. This doesn't. You just fling it around like a bloody anime character. Yeah, look at that. You just fell flat on your face. Look, what's that? How are you jumping like that in bloody plate mail armor? Seriously, how? Yeah, and I'm just gonna hit. Yeah. And there's more coming, of course. And look, I was just about to die, but thankfully she healed me. Well, I suppose that's useful, isn't it? Are you gonna heal me again? Because I'm about to die again. Oh well, I think I actually did die there. Should have done. Yeah. No, actually, it's impossible for me to die. I didn't even need her to heal me, because apparently this is the invincible zone. It better be, because I don't have any health potions. They haven't unlocked for me yet. We wouldn't want you using health potions too easy, would we? Yes. Everything's being cut in half and destroyed and eviscerated in every imaginable way. And look, I don't even get to kill it, because it kills it in a cutscene. What? In Origins, they didn't really have this. You had these for, like, special things. But
There's no end to them.
even then, a lot of them were just sort of in-engine. Like, it would happen in the middle of a fight. You'd see Alistair jump up onto a dragon. Specifically that dragon, actually. Haha! Spoilers. I don't know why I'm saying spoilers. This is a sequel. Anyone watching this has already played the first game, but whatever. If for some reason you haven't, play it! God's sake, stop watching this crap and play the original.
That's not what really happened.
That's not what really happened. I'm pretty sure it did happen. I just did it! Stupid thing. Stop turning this into Umineko. God, that's obscure. If anyone knows what that is, drop a line in the comments.
Don't lie to me. You knew her even before she became the champion.
I don't even know what this champion thing is.
Even if I did, I don't know where she is now.
Of course you don't know where she is now.
You
You don't know where you are now.
What's at stake here?
Let me guess. Your precious chantry's fallen to pieces
no,
and
not
put
the
the
chantry.
entire world on the brink of war. And you need the one person who could help you
All these
put it
sparkly
back
things.
together.
The champion was at the heart of it when it all began. If you can't point me to her, tell me everything you know.
You aren't worried I'll just make it up as I go?
Not at
dramatic.
all.
Why is this room
You'll
so
need to
dramatic?
hear
Is it,
the
does this
whole
castle,
story.
whatever they are, have a drama room? Where they've got the chair in the centre surrounded by darkness with the one glowing light from the ceiling. I mean, so, yeah. Here's the character customization. Here's the character. You can't actually customize this because you can't customize this preset either. You can customize all these ones, just not these two. Because, you know, that would be silly. You can I can change the portrait. I used to like that, but I always used to make them rubbish. I don't know how that. Can I change the background? Do they have purple? Why do they not have purple? Purple is a wonderful colour. I'll have to go with yellow. Events of Dragon Age Origins. I would import them from Origins, but I really can't be bothered at the moment. The Martyr. I'm going to have no compromise, because that Dwarven Noble sounds pretty epic, like the way he just charged across the landscape and murdered them all. But at the end of the day, that's not really a compromise for having racial options. That's just what you did in the previous game. There's no option for it. You can't customize the options that you chose, for instance. There is actually a mod. I'll get onto modding a bit later, because the modding scene for Dragon Age 1 was actually pretty awesome, and it seems to be pretty good in Dragon Age 2 as well, but slightly hampered by the fact that they decided not to release mod tools for it. Thank you, BioWare. Thank you very much. But yeah, there's a mod that essentially lets you create a save game with any choice you want, which is pretty sweet. I think I'll have hard for this. I did play on Nightmare, but it just dropped 6 Darkspawn on my mage and instantly killed her. I'd like to point out that this was after all the warriors had charged into the front, and the mage was left by herself at the back, where a load of enemies just suddenly spawned on her for no apparent reason. Because yes, that's supposed to happen in your tactical RPG, so whatever, I'll play on hard. I don't want to play it on normal, because I imagine that's going to be full of exploding things. I don't want that. And here's another bloody cutscene. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but what I've done so far is I've watched a loading screen, I've watched the cutscene. I've played a bit of a game that was essentially a cutscene, and then watched another cutscene. I then watched a cutscene kill some things, and then played another bit that was essentially a cutscene, and then there was more cutscenes. Then went into character creation, and look, more cutscenes. This is a game.
Unopposed, the horde marched on the village of Lothering.
I don't know who this person is, but his voice isn't as awesome as Duncan's. Duncan had an awesome voice. I don't even know who did his voice, but his voice was awesome. It deserves to be in more things.
Champion's family barely escaped in time.
Ooh, running. Chasing! No! Dramatic falling! Why didn't you just do that in the first place? If you could murder all 3 of them in 2 seconds, why didn't you just kill them all? Crispy. Why were you standing in the fire?
That's all of them.
For the moment, make us save us. We've lost it all.
I'm sure that's the same person
Everything
who
your
does the voice
father and I
for your
built.
mother in the the human noble quest start line in Dragon Age Origins. And I'm gonna pick Snark again because oh look, peaceful. Ooh, Snark.
At least we're alive. That's no small feat.
Wonderful. I hate her
You're
voice
right.
already.
We should have run sooner. Why
I
did we
say
wait
usually I
so
quite
long?
like the female voices
Why
in
are you looking at us?
BioWare games anyway. I think they're
We've been running
much better
since
than the male
Ostagar.
ones. In this case, well, if the male one is worse, I dread to think.
Not to interrupt, but the Blight's not
Why can't
going
you
to
just
wait
walk
while
through that
we
fire?
stand
Your
here
other one
pointing
did.
fingers.
And there's a whole 2 of them there.
Listen to your sister.
Then
I
let's
bet
go.
you
Lead on.
any money that when I turn the camera around, those 2 will be gone. Yes, of course. You couldn't afford the animation, now could you? No. Oh, I've received a Ferelden longsword, and I've got a tactics slot. I actually quite like the tactics slots, but what I've played of this game so far, it appears to be completely useless. In that you don't actually need it, not that it doesn't do anything. Ferelden longsword and a reinforced shield. So I... How the hell's that? Why does that longsword do the same damage as my greatsword? What the hell is the point of the greatsword? It's ridiculous. Silly. Whatever. You can't even equip it because if you look at his skills page, wherever that is. Escape. Character. Look. I'll get onto this a bit later, but he doesn't have the weapon and shield skills. He's supposed to be a warrior. He's a rubbish warrior. It's the... Just artificially limit what characters can do. That was something awesome about Dragon Age Origins, by the way. You can just do all sorts of crazy nonsense with your characters. Make Alistair an archer. Ooh, a broad axe. It's exactly the same as my great sword, except it requires 13 strength. Yes. Whatever. So if I can't actually right click on it to equip, like there's a wonderful thing in Origins, you could right click and then just drag over to one side, let go and it would just equip it. No, you've got to actually drag it to the right slot and everything. Whatever. I like 2-handed axes. I think they're pretty badass. Is the Ferelden Greatsword better than his one? No, it's got a different name, but it's exactly the same in every way. Also, Red Steel? What the Red Steel was awesome. Not that I'm talking about the game. Although the game itself was awesome, though 2 was better than 1. But I'm sure Red was pretty awesome in Dragon Age Origins. I was like tier 5 or something. What the hell is this? Ferelden Soldier Shields. Onyx. Why the hell are you making shields out of gemstones? That's a terrible idea. 37 armor? How much armor does that give me? 54. Fancy. I don't have any armor whatsoever. Yay. Oh, well, let's loot that refugee over there.
Can't we
I'm
talk
getting all
about
these
this?
quests from my extra bonus DLC things. This is something I hate, by the way. Pommel Strike was one of my all-time favourite skills in Dragon Age Origins, because when you pressed it, it would just knock the enemy to the ground. This doesn't. This stuns them. The best thing is that in the abilities again, they had the opportunity to fix this. I can't even tell because I'll get onto this later, but because they've got this sort of upgrade system for skills. But why didn't they put a knockdown one on there? Why would they not do that? That was fantastically awesome. There's people over there. Why have you abandoned the mage? Why is your AI so rubbish? I better get the mage over here. Just out of the damn... Wow, you can run fast. At least they run, I suppose. Oh, dying. Ooh, I'm dying. Oh well. It's not like it's going to matter, is it? There's only one left. Right then, so everyone's dying, they're all dead, and now I get to talk about the skill system.